edition of Prime Flash on My Media Prime Television. With me, Audrey, Zatsa. And we begin right away with this issue where 3 Algerian journalists have been assaulted with a weapon by unidentified individuals near their hotel. The incident happened on Sunday, January 9, 2022. The Confederation of African Football has condemned the indignant act and expressed its wishes of solidarity and good recovery to the victims. Kokan, on its part, in a press release dated January 10, 2022, informs that these Algerian journalists have violated the framework agreement approved by Kokan and CAF in terms of accommodation and security, which were to be communicated to the delegations of qualified countries and accredited journalists. Kokan therefore invites all delegations from qualified countries and visitors to comply with our security measures. And in a press release published on Monday, January 10, 2022, the governor of the Littoral region, Samuel Dieudonné Ivaha Diboa, has mentioned the aggression of the 3 Algerian journalists, where he states that he reassures national and international opinion that the host of Cameroon will not be left at the mercy of evildoers, and invites everyone to exhibit discipline and vigilance wherever they are lodging. And let's talk about a little bit of diplomacy. The Minister of External Relations, Lejeune Belambela, has granted 3 separate audiences to the ambassadors of Algeria, Germany, and Belgium. During these audiences on January 10, 2022, the relation between Cameroon and these countries were revisited. The major items on the agenda was the 3 Algerian journalists, including a special envoy of Algeria to cover the AFCON 2021, who were victims of an attack in Douala. With Germany, it was a question to reflect the cordial relations between Cameroon and Germany, as the German ambassador to Cameroon, Gerina Frike, used the opportunity to congratulate the Lions on their victory in the opening match. The Belgian ambassador to Cameroon, His Excellency Eric Jacquin, was concerned about the security of Cameroonians in Belgium and equally used the opportunity to congratulate the indomitable Lions on their first victory. The President of the Republic of Cameroon, His Excellency Paul Biya, presided over the opening ceremony of the 33rd edition of the AFCON 2021. Let's revisit this opening ceremony.
Déclare officiellement ouverte la 33e édition de la Coupe d'Afrique des Nations de football CAN Total Energies Cameroun 2021.
Thousands of cheers, millions of colors, infinite unforgettable moments. The Olembe Stadium in Yaoundé, Cameroon vibrated to the rhythm of the 33rd edition of the 2021 Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations. The continent's flagship football competition was opened by a symbolic and breathtaking ceremony which attracted the world's eyes. A ceremony which saw the participation of the highest Cameroonian authorities, the head of state President Paul Biya and wife Chantal Biya, warmly welcomed by the crowd.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, Madame Chantal Biya, the great African football family wishes you a warm welcome to the Olembe Stadium.
The officials of the Confederation of African Football, equally present, gave the opening remark.
Today, everybody is here in Olembe. The people of Cameroon is showing Africa, is showing the world that we can host a successful. We are here to show the best of football from Cameroon and the best of football from Africa. I want to start by thanking the people of Cameroon. Merci beaucoup, Cameroon. Merci beaucoup, Africa. Merci beaucoup, President Paul Biya. Merci beaucoup, President Paul Biya.
An opening remark, after which the competition was officially opened by the President of the Republic of Cameroon, His Excellency Paul Biya. The speeches were followed by a demonstration of the cultural strength of Cameroon and Africa. Fireworks and presentation of all 24 participating teams added color to the ceremony. An artistic performance of the group Africa Smile for the theme song On a Fuju Foot, combined with computer graphics effects, putting at the heart of the ceremony an impressive lion. With this, Cameroon exposed to the world all that it counts as cultural heritage. The opening ceremony, which lasted less than 40 minutes, was closed by the high-quality performance of the Congolese and African star Fally Ipupa. This opening ceremony of the AFCON 2021 in Cameroon was sure phenomenal.
We now talk about AFCON updates as 4 matches were played yesterday in Group B and C. A late penalty from talisman Sadio Mane helped Senegal beat Zimbabwe 1-0 in their opening Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations Cameroon match at the Kwekong Stadium in Bafoussam yesterday, January 10, 2022. Mane's action made him man of the match. The victory sent Senegal to the summit of Group B ahead of Guinea's encounter with Malawi. Left wing, and talking about Malawi, left wing back Isiaga Sila scored the only goal to help Guinea to a 1-0 victory over Malawi in Group B of the Total Energy AFCON Cameroon 2021. The Silly national had to dig deep against the brilliant Flames, who were competitive through the context of at the Kwekong Stadium in Bafoussam. Captain Naby Keita floated in a clever ball behind the Malawi's defense towards Jose Kante, who neatly found Sila to finish off a sweeping move and secure the victory. Naby Keita's action made him man of the match, and Guinea moves joint top with Senegal in Group B. And talking about Morocco-Ghana match, Sofiane Boufal's late strike was enough to earn Morocco a win in the opening game in Group C as they beat Ghana 1-0 in Yaoundé. Sofiane Boufal was made man of the match, and the Comoros Islands have recorded the first defeat in the first ever match of the Africa Cup of Nations. The team was humbled by the Panthers of Gabon by a 1-0 victory at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium in Yaoundé yesterday. Gabon and Morocco are now leading Group C with 3 points each. And on to something else, the people of Baboons in visit to the Bamenkwe Foundation in the Fondom in Bamenda 1 subdivision. His Majesty Fondafo Zatsa III and the people celebrated the life of Fonfoshu the second, who disappeared after ruling Bamenkwe for 57 years. Charles Kebwa reports.
Many villagers keep streaming into the Bamenkwe Fon's palace after they performed Nokwi and celebrate the life and legacy of the father of the sitting Fon, His Majesty Foshu Foshiri II, who disappeared in 1989 after ruling the Bamenkwe Fondom for 57 years. Sunday, January 9, 2022 was the turn of the Babongo people who heralded their Fon. His Majesty Fon Ondofa Zofua III paid a condolence visit to Bamenkwe Fon's Fondom, which is a tradition by friendly villages in the Ngemba to undertake immediately a king passes.
We are one people. We always have this brotherliness, and whenever anything happens to Bamenkwe, it happens to the Babongo people are touched. We have come to condole with the Bamenkwe people for what has happened to them, and also to show courage to the young king who has just been put in place, because the Bamenkwe people are lucky to have a young dynamic form, well educated. I think it's an opportunity for the Bamenkwe people to make use.
His Majesty Fon Ondofua Zofua III and his people, through traditional display at the Bamenkwe Fon's Plaza, prove they are one people united in culture, spirit, and others.
Gesture on the side of the Babongo people, and especially from the Babongo, to have thought it wise to come and condole with us during this very difficult moment that Bamenkwe people have gone through. And also it's part of the sisterly love, extending the sisterly love that exists amongst the two villages, because if you look clearly in our history, At some point, we had to settle in Babongo before moving back to our present site where we find us today.
The Babongo people's visit to Bamenankwe and also to extend their condolence is a continuation of love that exists between the two villages.
When to showcase our cultural heritage and solidarity with the fun of
the fun of Bamendankwe is in Bamenda. Bamenda being Mezam, so it is a cultural tie that happens at all times. Reason why you saw the Babongo people, you can see on my left is a notable in Babongo. On the right is a notable in Babongo. To understand best, you understand that in nobility there are categories.
Bamendankwe is in Bamenda 1 subdivision, one of the 7 villages that make up the city of Bamenda in the northwest.
22 New Year Festival of the Nso people took place over the weekend in Douala. Highlights of the event was the installation of the newly elected Nsoda executive members by the Fund of Nso. His Royal Highness Binglo to Island Sama took part in the event. Her report.
The 2022 edition of the New Year Festival of Nso kicked off with the arrival of the Fund of Nso, Bui Division of the Northwest Region, His Royal Highness Fund Binglo II, accompanied by notables of the land at the ceremonial ground at Bepanda of Nispo, who were ushered in by the Tamnjong group of Douala. The festival, which usually took place in Banso, headquarters of the Bui Division, was brought over to Douala due to the Anglophone crisis rocking the two restive regions. It offered an opportunity for all sons and daughters of Nso from across the national territory to commune with one another while paying honor to their ruler, Fund Binglo II. Adamu bin Zela Tadze and his executive members of the Nso Development Association, Nsoda, officially took the baton of command from the #1 man of the clan, Fund Binglo, who commissioned them to put the Nso people at heart and carry on with more developmental projects for their community back home. The objective of the event was to celebrate the unique identity of the Nso people.
We are here today because the Nso family in Douala wants to celebrate our culture. It is an annual event and we always celebrate it at the beginning of every year so that we can once more remind ourselves of our cultural identity, celebrate it, and also transmit the celebration to our young children so that they can begin to learn what our culture is all about. The event was a twin occasion because His Royal Majesty, the Pelama Fund of Bui, had to install me as the new president of the Nso Cultural and Development Association. They call it Nsoda.
The newly installed President General of Nsoda, Adamu bin Zela Tadze, believes that an end to the Anglophone crisis will pave way for more developmental projects in the clan.
And we are beginning the new year looking up to a more vibrant community. You know, we have been overtaken and embattled by the crisis. Our hope is that sooner or later the crisis should be over. The crisis has displaced so many people. Those who are supposed to constitute the core leadership of the community have been displaced. And so it is often difficult to coordinate development.
Top dignitaries at the event included Barrister Nico Hale, a friend to the Nso people. He had great words about the newly elected.
Elected on the platform of certain qualities.
People have studied him over the years. Given their awards. The rest who are taking much time to come, their awards will be forwarded to them in
a man people can count on.
Thank you.
And they elect him. And so the installation is very important because installed by who? By the #1 man of the clan.
The event was graced by the children's dance, live performances from some dynamic Nso artists, and a beautiful display of the Nso culture.
Cameroonian comedian Fingong Tralala is the new brand ambassador of the Chinese mobile manufacturer Itel. Let's have details in this report with Dolin Gongde.
Itel, a leading mobile telephone brand committed to providing budget-friendly, high-quality products while boosting excellent user experience, has made public its new Cameroonian brand ambassador in the character of Fingong Tralala. While signing the multi-million franc CFA endorsement, Fingong Tralala, one of Cameroon's most prominent comedians who now becomes Itel's latest brand ambassador, now tells Cameroonians what should be expected of him henceforth.
De là où j'ai dû trouver la barre, je veux quadrupler. Sachez que d'ici là, vous allez vous rendre compte que Itel aura la taille de la Tour Eiffel. Donc, ma détermination et mon objectif, c'est de pouvoir permettre à ce que cette grande marque puisse me faire confiance et que cette collaboration aille jusqu'à 10 ans, 20 ans, pourquoi pas 30 ans.
Existing for the past 15 years in Cameroon, Itel dominates over 80% of the Cameroonian mobile electronic landscape, plus a track record of connecting more than 9 million families across the country. But why the choice for Fingong Tralala as his brand ambassador, we are told?
He's the best comedian in Cameroon, and we believe with him will achieve great things, because we started, that's why we chose to start this year, because we have many projects we want to work with him. And Mr. Fingong Tralala will not only touch his public, he also touch all the Cameroonians.
And in 15 years, this is how socially responsible Itel has been to its Cameroonian communities, and of course not without knowledge of what 2022 holds for the company's products.
We have impacted Cameroon in many ways too. We have many social activities that we do.
And out of the country, in Nigeria, at least 200 people are believed to have been killed in villages in the northwestern Nigerian state of Zamfara in some of the deadliest attacks by armed bandits. Some residents who fled returned to the villages over the weekend after the military organized mass burials. According to the state, 58 people had been killed during the attacks, yet distraught residents reported far higher death tolls. That was it for today's edition of Prime Flash, produced by Junior Pelama. Thanks for watching, faithful viewers. Right ahead is In the House with Eileen Sama and her ladies. Have a nice time.
Are you in a relationship and you have